Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforLove.com. I recently received an email from Deborah, one of the members of our GPS for Love community, and I wanted to share it because Deborah is going through the breakup and she thinks it's a bad thing. And when a relationship ends, believe it or not, it's not always a bad thing. So here's Deborah's email. Joe, I took your advice and it didn't go well. We actually ended up breaking up. I was very calm, didn't cry or didn't get too emotional. I just told him that I was feeling the distance, and being that we were in a long-distance relationship, that our communication is really important to me. He had no words of reassurance or no offer of anything, but he just stated that he's been off work for a month due to the holidays, and he needs to focus on being productive. It basically just went downhill from there. We reached an impasse, and he wasn't able to offer any compromise to address my concerns. I'm so freaking sad. Deborah. Well, first of all, Deborah, the end of a relationship is sad. It's a loss. It's quite common when you lose anything in your life to go through a little bit of a mourning process. So the fact that you're sad simply shows that you're human and that you have a heart. So give yourself that time to grieve, to mourn, and ultimately you will get over this just like you've got over every other sad thing in your life. That being said, you said in the beginning of your email that you don't think it went well. Well, I think it went perfectly. So you opened up, you shared your heart, you shared your feelings, you let your partner know that there was this concern, that you were feeling the distance. And what did he do? He basically said, you know what, sorry, I've been off work, don't have time for you right now. You know, he's showing you that you're not a priority in his life. And so the fact that you realized this relatively quickly and you didn't invest years of your life with a guy who's not willing to make you a priority is a blessing. And that's what you need to focus on, is thank God that I found this out now and I cut my losses now, as opposed to giving this guy my heart and wasting more of my time, more of my life on a guy who's not willing to make me a priority. See, when the right guy comes along, he's going to have a job, he's going to have other responsibilities. And even when those things become vital in his life, but when they take, a high precedence, that doesn't mean that he's not going to have time for you, that he's not going to be able to communicate. See, if this guy was really a man, he would have said, Deborah, look, I've got a lot going on. I was just off for a month. I understand what's important to you. This is what I can give you right now, but I want to be there for you. I want you to know how important you are and how you are in my life. That's what he should have done, okay, if he was a man. But he didn't, which shows you he's not the right guy for you. So instead of looking at this as going wrong, looking at that it actually went right, celebrate and actually be grateful, because one of the things is when the right guy comes along, he's going to do the exact opposite. And that's one of the ways that you're going to know that he's the right guy for you. So for those of you who are watching this, who aren't Deborah, who have been through a similar situation, I want you to go back and look at that time and really see, was it really a bad thing or was it a good thing? Was it really a blessing? And if you're going through that now and you're going through that sadness, that resentment, really say, is this really about him, losing this guy who's not making me priority? Or is this about my other stuff? Is that my fear I might not find somebody better? I might not find a great lover. I might not find someone who makes me laugh, someone who have things in common. And it's all your uncertainty and all your fears. And if so, simply recognize that and realize it's not about the guy. It's not about the loss. It's about your fear that you're never going to find the man or relationship that you really want. And if you do that and you recognize that and deal with that, then it'll be much easier to get to your truth and say, you know what? Yeah, it is scary. I might not find someone, but what good is being with someone who doesn't make me a priority and who doesn't give me the things that I need? And lastly, if you have someone who's recently broken up with the person that they were in love with or the person that they were really enamored with, do them a favor and send them this email. It might speed up their healing process. As always, love to hear from you. Any questions, comments, or feedback, go ahead and put them in the box below. It's an honor and privilege. I'll see you next time. Much love.